Hey gang, it's Elgin Walker here, eXp Realty, Elgin and Plow Walker team. Listen, I want to discuss with you, so we got some new changes. You've probably heard of it or heard something, some rumblings going on. We got some new stuff happening, guys. So, as of August 17th, which is the drop deadline date, and with at least our company at eXp, we're starting to do this as of August the 1st. But if you're considering selling your property, there are some different things that you should know and that we've done differently. So I'm not going to go into 100% complete detail, but what I do want you to know is this, is that if you put your home on the market now, that in the contract that you'll sign is we need to go over in detail what the difference is between a listing agent, your representative, in that case, say myself, and a buyer's agent, how that buyer's agent is compensated, whom pays for that compensation, and how all of this works. But in a nutshell, when you hire myself or the Elgin and Plow Walker team, the commission that you will be paying, which will be spelled out, will be just for our services to represent you. Previously, we've always had where the agent, myself, the listing agent, is paid by you, the seller, and then I share a portion of that commission, which is disclosed to you, to a buyer's agent. That is going to no longer be the case. So what has happened is the Department of Justice, the DOJ, and NAR, the National Association of Realtors, were in litigation and came to a settlement. So as part of that settlement, the seller and seller's agent, A, are not allowed to publish what the cooperating broker would receive to represent a buyer. In addition to that, the listing agent is no longer allowed to share their commission with the buyer's agent. This is based upon what we have right now. Now, that does not mean, as the seller, that you are not allowed to offer compensation to a buyer's broker. It'll just be done differently. It will be done as a concession versus just a percentage, and that is a negotiable percentage. What you should also know is, one, I would encourage you to still pay or negotiate pay for a buyer's broker's commission, because needless to say, if there's not a commission coming to the buyer's agent, then them showing your property does not become a priority to them. And yeah, that's just the way it is. That's just being honest. Now, here's the way it's supposed to work. Number one, the buyers are supposed to, the buyers will now be required to sign a buyer's broker agreement prior to viewing any homes. They can sign a one-page sheet for one property. So suppose I'm listing your home and a buyer calls me directly, or they have their own agent, whichever it would be. They could, for one home, have one agent. Now, as part of the agreement, the buyer has to agree to pay the agent compensation to represent them. So if you're a buyer now you're coming in on your down payment, your closing cost, and the cost of representation. That may not be a problem for an awful lot of the buyers. But for a good portion of the first-time buyers and things like that, that's going to put them out of the ballpark. That's where the negotiation comes in regards to what the seller is or is not allowed to pay as a concession. So you'll get offers, and on each offer, there will be what the buyer's agent or buyers are looking for as far as the seller's concession with the commission. So there's a play on the words, things change like that. It's all negotiable, but it's always all been negotiable. But now there's going to be more transparency, which is what the Department of Justice wants. And to be quite honest, from the standpoint of the seller, rather than the agent, the listing agent, providing whatever compensation from their commission it would be, the sellers are now in charge of that specifically. Of course, you can opt to not pay any commission to a buyer's broker. I discourage that. I would say to you, and we'll talk about those types of things in a strategy standpoint, is that we say we are open to seller concessions, and then let's see how the offers come in, and we look at what the bottom line would be. So if you were to list your property with the Elgin Ply Walker team, up front we would give you net sheets that would show you different buyer compensation numbers. And in each offer that would come in, we will go over those numbers, compare them, and negotiate it. Just like we negotiate your price if necessary, or closing costs if necessary, or repairs if necessary. It now just becomes part of the negotiation. Hopefully I haven't made it more unclear, but I'm trying to get ahead of the curve and really let people know what's going on moving forward so that people can make educated decisions on their representation, because there's going to be, and already is, an awful lot of misinformation out there. Some of it is on purpose, and some of it is just ignorant, some of it is accidental because it's all brand new. Because in the 36 years that I've been doing this, everything about this is completely new, including the forms and everything else. So a lot of it is just agents and the public getting used to the new way of doing business. If you have any questions, give me a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon. God bless. Have a great day.